All right, so I am back and we're talking about hidden enemies and how hidden enemies affect Aries. I did the first video, and I'll put that out, and this one will be in it as well. So Aries and the hidden enemies, it could be people who disguise their intentions, making it hard for you to recognize their true motives. They come undermined to undermine your confidence or sabotage your projects and subtlety. And so, Aries, what would happen with 12th house enemies is that you would take time out away from people and you would isolate. You would begin to meditate so that your consciousness will open up and you'll be able to see the intentions of people. It's not what they say, but it's what they do. Sometimes we can't see what they're doing, how they're approaching us, what they're doing and what they're keeping from us, right? So Taurus, um, you may face hidden adversaries who operate behind the scenes, working against your stability, your security. You watch out for individuals who try to manipulate your resources or undermine your financial endeavors. This can come in relationships, marriages. It's generally going to be people that are close to you, Taurus. It could be family members. It can be sometimes it can be your children, and sometimes it can be you. So, what does that mean when I say sometimes? Sometimes you're looking at how you see people, and that you're not allowing people to just be a part of your space just because. You're looking at who actually brings security and who is sufficient. If you give security, then someone has to bring security in. The mirror says, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? So mirror, mirror on the wall, if I give security, then they must give security. If I give stability, they must give it. If I love them, they must love me. And this is a reciprocation. And because stability is a part of this and security, you're working with root chakra circumstances. All right, Taurus? And this is 12th house enemies, to recognize them. Who does not line up with the same stability thought process and security thought process as you throughout your groups? Gemini, your hidden enemies might be skilled communicators who spread rumors or misinformation about you. Be cautious of those who try to sow seeds of doubt in your relationships or projects. And I want to say this here because Gemini can be a communicator where their cup overrunneth, because they're communicators, they're air signs. What they want to do is make sure that they're not in the arena of giving too much information about other people where they don't care about others, because that thought process being given out into the atmosphere will bring back that mirror where we'll have to go through the same feelings. You know, in some cases, a Gemini might need to bridle their tongue. And because they're used to speaking their piece in most cases, because we have Geminis that I've worked with that are not open to speak. You know, they've been very suppressed with speaking. The thing is having that energy inside of you and what you're saying to yourself, it manifests something outside or people outside that will show you lessons that cause you to say, okay, I need to speak or I need to shut up. In the entirety of it, what I found is that there can be too much conversation given and you didn't intend to speak what you said, and it creates enemies. All right. So your communication has to be something that you meditate on. You know, give me the right words to speak. I love the scripture. My tongue is a ready writer pen, inditing the matters of the king. So I don't speak anything other than what the king would speak. Cancer, your adversaries could be emotionally manipulative, individuals who play on your vulnerability. They may try to undermine your sense of emotional security or use guilt to control you. When I look at this here for cancers in the 12th house and the hidden enemies, they prey on you because they know your weak spots. You are, in most cases, a vulnerable person that wants to speak out and be open. You learn discernment through the circumstances of people um, misusing your emotions. At the subconscious level, you learn to protect yourself by not giving emotions to individuals that are not um, worthy of your emotional intelligence. And that's energy. Your emotions going out to individuals that do not care will cause a wreck for you, not for them, because they're pulling energy from you and you're a helping, nurturing energy. So you pull your energy back from your enemies that keep pulling your energy to them. It's up to you, it's not them. Leos, the hidden energies for you might be individuals who envy your success or spotlight. They could work in the shadows to diminish your achievements or tarnish your reputation. And I'd like to say that this is true because you guys shine like a light. A lot of people want your light. A lot of people will try to get to understand you because you say things that other people do not say. You also are creative. Um, but you have to be careful of how you present yourself to people. If you present yourself as someone who's able to do all things and you're telling people that, that attracts enemies because they want what you have. So be mindful. Also be careful of showing all of your cards. Keep some things close to your chest, Leo. Virgos, your adversaries may be meticulous and detail oriented, finding ways to exploit your weaknesses or criticize your efforts covertly. Be wary of those who nitpick or undermine your confidence subtly. And I believe that this is in a place where Virgos can give out a lot of energy and information to help others because they are group oriented, they're collective, they're earth signs, so they're always working in most cases to help community. They motivate people, they give. And so in this case, what they are looking at is being discerning to understand that everyone does not care about them the way that they care about others. All right. That means that you pick and choose who you give valuable information to when you're working in groups and community situations because Virgos are very um, savvy with networking. All right. Libras, hidden enemies can be individuals who pretend to be your allies but secretly work against your interests. That can be in business, it can be in family, it could be in your bed pleasures, it could be in I think I said professions, in your creative endeavors. Be wary of those who manipulate social situations because Libras are social. They create social impacting societies to help people overcome situations. Bring your energy into balance to be able to see and discern who is really with you on the social agendas that you are creating. If you become that Libra, don't allow people to sabotage or make you suffer at the expense of the situations that you're creating. And usually life teaches us um, who those people are. So there's no way of really knowing until you are in that position where you are consciously meditating every day and you begin to see and feel and you move with the spirit. Scorpios, your adversaries may be deeply secretive, manipulative, wielding power from behind the scenes. They could work to uncover your vulnerabilities or use information against you to gain an advantage. And in this case, what you find is that Scorpios are very secretive, so they will attract secret enemies. And that means that your enemies are moving kind of like you do. They're keeping secrets, but they're watching you. So you want to be aware of who you share your secret feelings with, because it could be some of your closest friends that you share your vulnerabilities with. I believe that being vulnerable is a strength, but it is not a strength when you give that information to the wrong person. So be aware. Sagittarius, hidden enemies might be individuals who challenge your beliefs or ideals covertly. They may undermine your sense of optimism or try to thwart your long-term plans without revealing their true intentions. Sagittarius are very optimistic, and so what we find here is that they are um, always making allowances for people. And as long as you make an allowance for a person and the allowance is not necessary, it's like allowance. You're giving money to somebody that's just using it and they keep coming back, but they're not actually doing the work. That means that you will be um, used. And the only way that you can change that is by standing in your beliefs. If you believe to give to others, make sure that you're giving to those in allowance. If you're giving an allowance, for example, make sure that you're giving to those that are working the way that you want them to, not halfway doing it, or that they're being who you would want to be, and vice versa. Because all of this energy that we're talking about with hidden enemies has to do with us actually looking at how we need to step up our game and how we need to change. Your long-term goals, if someone is shooting you down, they do not need to be a part of your life and your energy. If they don't believe what you believe, then we can agree to disagree, but you might look at that person and say, okay, are they just here to try to make me feel less than? And so you're not allowing these people space in your life. Your allowance to them allows them to keep shooting you down. Your lesson exceeds, and it exceeds time because you will not let them go. I hope that's understood. Capricorns, your adversaries might be ambitious individuals who complete with you in subtle ways or compete with you. And I feel like, as you know, a Capricorn, that this is spot on, because if we talked about shadow work, and I have 6 weeks of shadow work in my YouTube components, you can go back and look at the information. Each one of these signs is telling us about ourselves, and it's all mirroring. So how do we undo this? Capricorns, your ambition is not the only part of life. You know, a lot of Capricorns, they like to make money. A young lady asked me, well, yesterday, Miss Kim, what do you like to do? I said, I like to work and make money. So, but when I work and make money as a Capricorn, I'm not stepping on other people. And that's what this is about. Noticing who tries to push you back and who are subtly trying to, you know, take away your victories where you've done the work and they step on you, and they make like, you know, they did the work. They're taking your information and making it theirs. This is where Capricorns have to wake up and balance out their feelings and emotions rather than becoming overly stimulated. You understand? And saying, it's okay that you did that, but you're not going to be in my circle no more. Aquarius, hidden enemies could be unconventional and unpredictable, challenging your ideas or goals without direct confrontation. So that means that they're secretly back there saying he did this that way and he did that way, and you're to become aware of that, because eventually that information is going to start coming back to you. These individuals disrupt your plans and they sabotage your progress. You got to look at what progress in your life it's been that friends or, you know, family members or individuals have sabotaged you, and learn from that. It could be in relationships. You know, women and men, they talk about each other to their friends, but they sleep together. That's self-sabotage, and someone that's behind your back. Your friends, your work allies, your group allies. You know, it's not me saying here today, go out and look to find out who this is. You're going to know who it is. That's why we're putting a video out. Pisces, your adversaries operate in the realm of illusion and deception, making it difficult for you to discern friends from foes. So, friends from foes, they have illusions that they live in, your friends. Are you a part of their illusion or are you in your own realization? And that's what Pisces has to understand because they go back and forth, like they swim back and forth. Their mind is going back and forth. Who really is your foe? Can you pinpoint that that person is for you or against you? Do you need to self-undo with your escapism or imagination saying, oh, things will get better. They're fine. They didn't mean it. Some of them did mean it. Watch out for those who exploit your empathy. People are always trying to take empathy. I said that earlier because empathy is an energy. You're making other people feel good. Well, who's making you feel good, Pisces? They manipulate your emotions and your goals. Time out for that narcissistic behavior. And, honestly, Pisces can carry the trait of narcissism because uh, Neptune carries energy of narcissism because of the illusions. Oh, I'm so beautiful. I'm the grandest of all. And so when we look at this and the archetypes, what we have is an understanding if we meditate on 12th house hidden enemies. Who is your hidden enemy? What is your hidden enemy? And at its best, I'm going to tell you, your hidden enemy is there because it's you. You mirror and you bring people to you. I mirror and I bring people to me who teach me about all of this information that I've given you. In my case, Capricorn. Never be so overambitious that you step on somebody because karma is coming back. In all of these areas that I spoke of with these 12 signs, karma is going to come back, good or bad. So what are you giving good and what are you giving that's bad? Thank you for listening and thank you for sharing. Let me know your comments. Bye-bye.